Sports card market cap, fractional ownership. What are your thoughts on those two terms? This is ZiggyNo. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to dive into those two topics, fractional ownership and market cap. As a collector, investor, hobbyist, hobby advocate, I love the hobby, but I don't love everything going on. And I don't like some of the comparisons we've seen over the last year that I think have misled and manipulated people in their decisions, investments, and kind of what's been going on. Let's look at those two terms. First of all, let me start by defining something that's very important, and that is the difference between a fungible and a non-fungible asset. There's a lot of videos on this, and I'm not here to talk about NFTs, but I think it's very important to understand this fact. A non-fungible asset is something that it cannot be easily replaced. Okay, a fungible asset is something that can easily be replaced or substituted for an item that's very similar in value and quantity and whatever that might be. As an example, a bag of rice is fungible because I can exchange it with another bag of rice. Are the individual rice kernels identical? No, but for the most part, it's fungible, right? Other examples of fungibility would be a stock, right? A stock in a company is a part ownership of a portion of the company set at a strike price or a price that's determined by the market. One stock can be traded for another stock. If they're the same stock, they're fungible. Now let's look at sports cards. Sports cards are not fungible. They are in fact a non-fungible asset because each sports card has unique characteristics. As we know through grading and now through fingerprinting, all base cards are not the same, right? All numbered cards are not the same, and all patch cards aren't the same. Each card, in essence, is a non-fungible asset, and therefore are not easy to exchange. You can't just simply exchange one PSA 10 for another PSA 10. Although we do that, they are not fungible assets, right? Buy the card, not the grade. Some collectors might look at two PSA 10s and find distinct advantages in one over the other. In fact, there's a company that gives you a sticker on one over the other, right? So we recognize that cards are not fungible. Now, that being said, let's debunk this market cap BS. I want to go ahead and draw and bring up two examples. First example I'm going to give you is I'm over here in Market Movers. Okay, Market Movers tracks, and let me first of all say this: Market Movers pulls eBay data. Every sale that goes on eBay, I can come see it over in Market Movers. Even sales that might later fall out, I can see them in Market Movers, right? Whether it's buy it nows, auctions, all that data is in there. And I can choose what data I want. I can exclude auction data. I can exclude low confidence data, but I have control. And that's an important fact to make. The second thing I want to point out, when I go ahead and click in and I get information about a card, for example, I'm pulling up here this Luca, nowhere in here am I going to see any reference to a market cap of the card, right? No one's telling me the value of the card's market cap is, because this Luca card sold at, what was the last sale? I don't know, $873, that you take 873 times 17,086 and determine the market cap. Bold. And the reason we know that is because, again, cards are not fungible. What I love about Market Movers is they give you what's called the cumulative number total that's sold. And what they're doing is they're saying, hey, the 889 that cards is sold, the total value of all those accumulated is $977. That's not a market cap. That's accumulation of those cards that are sold. The most recent sale average of the last 14 is 873. And this is an important point to make. Now, let me go ahead and jump over here to another data tool. Oh, yeah, Card Ladder. Love Card Ladder. Let's find something. I don't know. Let's find, first of all, I think it's interesting that they have this thing called the ladder, because I've always wondered what the hell the purpose of the ladder is. In my opinion, the ladder is the biggest manipulation in sports cards today because it moves cards up and down or items up and down the ladder. Look at this. The Fleer is up, 4,000 spots because it sold recently. This is ridiculous. Gretzky's up. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. Let's just take a look at one of these cards and look at a few things. So first of all, what I have right here is the market cap. I'm told the market cap is $4.82 million because there's 103 of those cards and the last one sold for $46,000. Right? And I can see here all the sales. Now, a few things to point out. Card Ladder does not include all of the data. You can read the fine description about Card Ladder. I don't have a full license, but they will tell you. I think they exclude either buy it nows or there's something they drop. Also, even if they did take in all of the eBay data, which they do not, they also include auction data. But it's auction data they choose, not all the auction data. They don't pull in every heritage comp. They pull in the ones that they select. Now, this to me is concerning because if you're able to pull in the numbers, then you can pick the number you want. Now, you go ahead and multiply that by the market cap. You give this misleading, or multiplied by the pop count, you give a misleading market cap number. Now, do you see the big difference there between these two? One is giving me cumulative sales. It's giving me the average sale. The other one's giving me the last sale, right? And giving me an inflated market cap. I don't think I need to say anything else right there. I think that speaks for itself. This is one of the reasons I don't like Card Ladder. This tool is designed to manipulate and to help people sell and profit in the hobby more than any other tool. They're not very honest about it. This is anyway, I'll stop on the Card Ladder beatdown, but look at this Card Ladder hype thing. Like, what is the purpose of this? Is this empirical data? No, it's a moving average, which they have gone ahead and changed, right? This concerns me. And when you tie this market cap data with stuff like this, you mislead people into believing, hey man, the market cap of this Gretzky's up, so I should go ahead and buy the 7 because the market cap hasn't adjusted to the 8, right? I can make these poor conclusions and poor decisions based on misleading information. I think I've beaten that horse to death. The next one I want to talk about real quickly. Again, market cap to me, when I hear market cap, first thing I think about is somebody is selling me bullshit. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. And more importantly, tell them they're wrong. Challenge these guys. They don't listen to me. They blocked me. I'm crazy. But am I crazy? Am I crazy? Tell them. Tell them. Next one I want to talk about, and this is probably the one that bothers me the most, is this record setting, Babe Ruth card and the fractional ownership business. Okay, I'll let you read this article and put this down below. A couple things that come to my attention. Number one, this card was recently in a lawsuit. I'm trying to find the details here. I'm probably not going to find them right away, but it was recently in a lawsuit that was just had a ruling, a judgment on December 1st, 2021, according to Maryland Online Court. So that is less than 6 months ago. There was a ruling by this judge on the ownership of this card. I'll let you read it to understand it. The other thing is that this card has a contract to be at that museum, right? So my first thought is, if you have a dispute on a card already, a legal dispute that could and likely will be appealed, and you have it being in a museum, what right? Well, here's a better question. Whose idea was it to fractionalize this card? Whose idea was it? Did the anonymous owner who had enough money to buy a $6 million card run over to Collectible and go, hey guys, can you sell a piece of this card for me because I need 60 grand? Or were they solicited? Right? And this is what really gets my goat, guys. I suspect someone from Collectible went over there and said, hey, we can help you on setting the valuation of this card, growing the valuation of this card, and getting, you know what else? And getting money for Collectible. Here's what we're going to do. Now, let me go back to my point. We're back to stocks and non-fungible and fungible assets. If I'm running a company, do you think I can take that company and sell on the market through an IPO 1% of that company? Because then I can extrapolate the value of that 1% to determine my market cap? No, that's not what the SEC would allow you to do. And I heard the other day, somebody I respect on Luca Nation talk about, I think it was Cage, who said he's waiting to see if the SEC approves the Babe Ruth. And it starts if the SEC approves it, then I guess things are legit and it seems okay. I'm not so quick to make that judgment. I thought about it for a while. I'm like, hey, Cage, that makes sense. I guess the SEC would do some due diligence, but will they? Because if the SEC looks at this, they should throw this out simply on the fact that it's been in court and the ownership could be in question. And the fact it's only 1%, right? These are red flags to me, right? Like the SEC guys not go, well, why are you not selling 30% or 20% or 40%? Why 1%, right? Because if I sell 1%, let's say I sell it at $3 and it's trading in the aftermarket and goes to $4, does that mean the card increased by 33%? Does that mean this card's now an $8 million card? And does that mean the seller can come back and sell another percent and continue to fleece the government? I mean, fleece the market for it? No, somebody's got to stop this. I talked about this the other day. This is wrong. And what more importantly, this sets inappropriate valuations of very rare, scarce cards. And the thing that makes me sick the most is that Collectible will make money no matter what, because they get paid on transactions. So don't tell me, Collectible, you're doing this for the hobby. I'm going to assume you solicited this deal. I assume you're probably soliciting other large deals. And I assume you're doing it all for your self-interest in growing your revenue. This is shameful. I hope the SEC blocks this. I don't know how, but there's no way they're researching and going to validate this. I could be wrong. We'll wait and see. And if they do, I have even less confidence in our government's regulatory capabilities, because clearly they have no idea what's going on in sports cards. So those are my thoughts. Market cap, manipulator, and fractional ownership, market manipulation. These two things aren't going to help the hobby, guys. They're not going to help us grow and be better hobby 6 months, 12 months, 18 months in the future. So love to hear your comment and feedback. Am I wrong on market caps? Are they BS or not? Do you believe the market cap BS? Do you support market caps? Please tell me no. And what are your thoughts on fractional? I will tell you, I've had some fractional ownership on some of the apps. I'm out of fractional. I'm not doing fractional anymore. I think it's completely a scam. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's no reason to do a fractional. No, I'd rather do breaking than fractional. Fractional is a scam. It's terrible. There's not enough regulation. I'm saying too much. I should stop right now, but change my mind. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Appreciate your feedback. Subscribe if you have not already.